This training program will take about 15 minutes. After watching this videotape, you will be involved in a group activity to test your proficiency of the information covered. So please get your paper and pencil ready to take notes while you watch this program. The majority of floors in facilities are hard floors, resilient flooring, and stone surfaces. Resilient flooring types include vinyl, vinyl asbestos, asphalt tile, linoleum, and rubber tile. Stone surfaces include terrazzo, quarry tile, ceramic tiles, brick pavers, and concrete. All flooring requires the right maintenance procedures to maintain a bright and attractive environment and to protect the flooring against premature wear. All floor surfaces should be maintained on a daily, weekly, and periodic basis. This training program focuses on the periodic or restorative maintenance procedures for hard floors. You will be using a variety of products while performing your responsibilities. These products have been specially formulated to enhance your productivity and efficiency while maintaining your facility. Let's start with the methods of hard floor restoration, stripping, sealing, and finishing, and an introduction to the types of products you'll be using to accomplish each phase. Stripper should only be used to strip areas to the bare tile. When an area needs to be cleaned, such as heavily trafficked areas, deep scrubbing and recoating procedures should be used. Your stripper provides the very best in state-of-the-art floor care. It's been formulated to strip any water-based floor finish without ammonia and works quickly to dissolve old finish. During stripping, a neutral cleaner is used in the rinsing process to neutralize the floor and ensure a film-free surface. That way you will have a properly cleaned floor ready for sealer and/or finish. The floor sealer is a clear acrylic product designed to seal the floor. The use of a sealer is not mandatory on most resilient floors, but it is recommended on stone flooring which is porous. Usually, 2 coats of sealer forms the necessary base. Be sure any sealer you are using is compatible with the floor finish. Use of a sealer should always be verified with your supervisor prior to application. High-speed floor finish is used in facilities that have high-speed or propane equipment. This durable acrylic formula is highly repairable and reacts very well to burnishing. When this finish is burnished with ultra-high-speed machines, it produces the wet look. Always remember that material safety data sheets, also known as MSDSs, are available for all products you will use during your cleaning procedure. Check with your supervisor on where they are located. The first and most important step in any floor care system is the removal of all old finishes, sealers, mill finish, and soil. A clean, bare surface is absolutely necessary so that finish or sealer can bond properly. There is no shortcut to stripping a floor. You need to know exactly what must be done to cut labor time and efficiently prepare the surface for finish or sealer. Start by disconnecting all electrical appliances and moving light furniture and equipment out of the way. Work around heavy equipment or get someone else in the building to assist you in moving it. While preparing the room, check for things that need repair. Make a note and report anything you find to your supervisor. Before the stripping process begins, be sure the entire floor has been dust mopped thoroughly. This includes removing gum or other gross soils from the flooring surface. Assemble all equipment and materials prior to beginning stripping process. This includes a low-speed machine, appropriate drive block and pads, clean damp towels, putty knife, stainless steel toothbrush, mops, safety goggles, buckets and wringers, stripper solution, wet-dry vacuum, doodle bug, wet floor signs, measuring cup, rubber gloves, and rubber boots or totes. Before mixing stripper, you should wear safety goggles and rubber gloves. If you are using the standard stripper, mix with hot water in a mop bucket according to the labeled directions. If you are using a super concentrated stripper, proportioning equipment should be set to meter the recommended dilution with hot water into the bucket. Next, fill a clean mop bucket with wringer with cool water. Then mix the neutral cleaner according to labeled directions. If you are using a super concentrate, set the proportioner to deliver the recommended dilution of neutral cleaner per gallon of cool water. Post wet floor signs in all places where individuals could possibly enter the stripping area. Liberally apply the stripping solution to the edges. Allow 5 to 10 minutes for the solution to soak into and penetrate any buildup. Remove old finish from edges using a doodle bug with black or brown pad, the inside of a stripping pad, a putty knife, or stainless steel toothbrush. Avoid splashing the walls and baseboards. If splashing does occur, wipe off the excess stripper immediately with a damp towel. Use a buildup remover in corners, on stairs, or other hard-to-reach places if necessary. After doing the edges, mop down the solution to a large enough area on the floor that can be completed before solution dries. Fan out the mop and make sure to wet the edges well. Allow 5 to 10 minutes for the solution to sit, soak into, and penetrate the old sealer and finish on the floor. When using a low-speed machine equipped with a black or brown stripping pad or stripping brush, start in the corner and move the machine across the floor in overlapping strokes. Pay particular attention to uneven parts of the floor where the finish might build up. When using a propane stripping machine, you will need to make sure the brush is properly attached to the bottom of the machine. The stripper can be laid either by a mop and bucket method or with a liquid spreader. By using a liquid spreader, you will be able to keep up more easily with the speed of the propane machine. Important, regardless of the method used to strip the floor, do not allow the dirty stripping solution to dry on the floor. Pick up all dirty stripping solution with a wet dry vac, covering one area at a time. Again, if any solution gets on the baseboards, wipe it off before it dries. Rinse the section with another clean mop and the neutralizer solution immediately. Use enough water to thoroughly wet but not flood the floor. Avoid tracking on the floor once it is rinsed. Wipe up all splashes with a clean, damp cloth. Proceed to the next section and repeat the process until the entire area is completed. Allow the entire floor to dry thoroughly. Check the work area for any remaining finish or residue. Any shiny or discolored spot of floor finish that remains may be removed with the stripper solution and a hand pad or doodle bug. Dust mop the entire area with an untreated dust mop. If a white dust-like powder is found on the dry floor when you wipe the back of your hand across it, it must again be rinsed with the neutralizer water. Be sure to use the back of your hand to avoid getting skin oils from your hand onto the floor. Clean all your equipment thoroughly and store each piece properly in the custodial closet. The next step involves sealing and finishing. Whether you apply 2 coats of sealer and 2 coats of finish, or skip this process and apply 4 coats of finish, the procedure is the same. Check with your supervisor on the number of coats you should apply. First, you'll need the following equipment and materials: finish mop with handle, plastic liners, bucket with wringer, floor sealer and floor finish, towels, and wet floor signs. It is critical: the floor has to be totally dry before applying sealer or finish. Pre-soak a clean finish mop in water and wring out as dry as possible. In a clean bucket, line the inside with an unused plastic bag liner. Pour enough sealer or finish into this bucket to cover the mop head. Never pour the finish or sealer directly onto the floor. Allow the mop to become thoroughly saturated with the sealer or finish. Depending on the floor sealer or finish being used, wring the mop according to labeled directions. At a minimum, twist and tamp the mop into the wringer. Apply the sealer or floor finish to the edges first. Take care not to splash the baseboards. Using the figure 8 method, apply sealer or finish filling in the remainder of the work area. Proceed in this fashion until entire work area is completed. Take care not to let the mop get too dry before re-dipping it into the sealer or finish. Do not allow the product to puddle. Allow the first coat to dry thoroughly. Follow the labeled directions regarding the length of dry time in normal weather conditions. Once fully dry, apply the second coat of sealer or finish to the entire work area. The second coat should cover the floor yet stay 6 inches away from the baseboard. Allow the second coat to dry thoroughly. When using sealer, no more than 2 coats should be applied before applying the floor finish. Apply a maximum of 4 coats in one day to achieve the desired appearance. Remember to allow for the proper dry time between coats. Look at the labeled directions for the recommended dry time. Never use a fan to dry the floor. This will result in uneven leveling of the finish and can cause what looks like a rippling effect on the floor surface. Thoroughly wash the sealer and/or finish mops and store in separate plastic liners or hang up in custodial closet on a rack if provided. Wash the wringer and bucket in hot water and store them in their proper places. Don't let floor finish sit in a bucket from one day to the next. Dispose of any unused floor finish because it has special drying agents that cause it to evaporate quickly. This also affects the leveling and drying of the floor finish. After the floor finish has thoroughly dried and cured for 24 hours, replace the furniture back to its original position. It's critical that the finish be allowed to fully cure. Otherwise, furniture will stick to and damage the floor surface. Be careful to pick the furniture up and not drag it into the room. You don't want to scratch and damage the newly finished floor. Taking care to perform hard floor care restoration, stripping, sealing, and finishing steps properly is important. Practicing daily and routine floor care methods is essential in protecting the condition and life of the floor finish. Separate training programs are devoted to daily maintenance for hard floors and carpet care maintenance. These additional training programs are required to be viewed as part of your training. Remember, the process of refinishing hard floors is very important not only to the overall cleanliness and life of the floors, but to everyone who depends on their appearance: the students, the faculty, and the public. They depend on you to keep their floors looking the best they can.